Okay, you can see I've got the kit, the PG Unicorn, divided up into sections. That's how they do it in the manual. You build a section, then you can wire it up. And I'm going to have to start actually taking these apart bit by bit. And for that, I've got the tool ready. And everything I need to know is in this manual. And at the very back of the manual, they actually show you what you need to do if you are taking the Unicorn apart. So I'm going to be following this. It's nice that they show you how to build it. In the very end of the manual, they show you how to take it apart. So with this manual and this tool, I'm going to LED this baby up. So here we go. Okay, so I'm at the part of the manual at the very back actually that tells me I have to take things apart, and it starts with the head and it starts with the torso. So let's look at the head here. Once you pop it off of the body, it says I need to first completely pull off these side panels. There we go, come on. Pull off the back part, the B9 it still is. And then I am meant to pop this up. Do I slide it forward first? What would you have me do? I need to open it like this. I need to take this part off very carefully. Come on, you. Like so. I'll put that back together afterwards. And then I actually need to push this forward so I can remove the V-fin. Come on, you. Snap. Pull out the V-fin, pull off the mask, snap, and then actually take these parts off as well. Now this is a really complicated assembly, and when I saw that I had to take it apart again afterwards, I have to admit I was a little bit worried because the head is probably the most difficult thing to assemble simply because of some of the angles you have to work with and the confined spaces. So with your head like taken apart in this many parts, you can then do the LEDs. So I'm going to move this over here. And let's talk torso. Let's take the torsos apart here. So the first thing they want you to do, I'll undo the latch at the back, give myself some room here, is to take off the cockpit hatch. That's easy enough to pull off, right? Got that. Now from there I'm gonna have to pop off these two parts like so. These are all when you do the original assemble, you start wiring the LEDs before putting these parts on. So right, so we're just kind of reverse engineering a little bit here like that. Pull this part off as well, lift this whole top part off, but first I have to open it up, don't forget that. I love that. That is awesome. Snap. And then this whole unit should come off pretty much like so. And I'm actually meant to take this off as well. So this is supposed to come off. Am I supposed to push it? This comes off. Okay. And then I have these sections. Here we go. This is how I'm going to work on the torso. So I'm going to put this aside now and I'll talk about this assembly of the other section. So give me a second here. Okay, here's a skirt, and there's not a lot of actual like space inside to insert the LEDs. So you're going to be putting them kind of underneath, and that involves basically, this is the easiest one to disassemble. You're just popping off each one, and it's just a ball joint connection, much like the master grade, right? Most master grade skirts. But you do have to pull off that as well. So that is a disassembly of the skirt. Okay, here's the leg. This is the craziest one, but it is also really kind of cool. Like, sure, I gotta pop the foot off, right? Okay, a little bit of elbow grease, no problem. Now from there I'm going to open these up and pull that unit down, kind of like I'm doing the transformation. Then I have to move this forward, and now I have to get in here and I have to pull off this whole knee assembly. You know, a big deal was made about the fact that this knee assembly was all linked together and it could move as one unit. Well, that's true, and it makes taking it apart that much easier. See, it just comes off, And from there, I'm just popping the sides off. So let's take the sides off as well. And we're going to get this guy back to the position he would be in if we were, you know, assembling him and then putting the LEDs in, right? So pull these off. These two pieces will come off as well. Okay, now I'm going to open up this. Now I gotta take a little bit of pressure and pull this off. Don't squeeze too hard because of course you'll could break this. You have to be very careful when you pull it off. And I'm gonna bend this and take this off as well. Get in here. Should be using my little tool, I guess, but it's moving like so. Let me move these here. And don't worry, you're not done yet with that. You actually have to pull off these sides as well, this side as well. Come on. Yeah, pull those off. And then we're going to bend the leg a little bit. This piece has to come off. I really like that part. And then we also have to take off one of these sides. So here I am taking this off. Like so, and that you're left with your bare bones leg. And now this is where you're going to start running your wires in, right? Okay, for the arms, it's actually a lot simpler than the legs, and for the shoulders, you just you're gonna take that off. That's all you need. Put that aside. I didn't break it. Now, what you're gonna do first is pull off this piece is here, and then pull off these two flaps. These are the ones that open up for the unchained mode. You know, please be careful here. Pop, pop. From there, you actually have to pull down to separate it, like so. And then you can pull this out, and then reaching in here you have to pop that out. This is kind of very important because something very important goes in there. And after that you pop off these two side parts and one of these. So I need to take off this outside armor piece, frame piece, sorry. Here we go. Done, like that. That's the arms disassembled. Alright, here's the backpack. Now to disassemble the backpack you have to not disassemble the backpack. It's just going to stay just as it is, so I'm teasing you. But now that I've got everything disassembled that needs to be disassembled, we can talk wiring. So when you're building a PG Unicorn, the first thing you build is the stand, which is really simple, but it's also the first thing you wire. So what the manual has you do when you're doing the LED stuff is, well, first I got to put in batteries. Now these take the AA batteries. And now these ones are new, but they're cheap. They're what we had in the office, but they should do the job. So I'm going to line them up. All the plus sides go in the same direction. None of that changing the direction kind of craziness that you see in some places. Close that up. I'm going to undo my little twist tie here because I have to feed this length of wire. Make sure it doesn't get knotted up. That would suck. Here we go. To feed this length of wire in through this little, you can see, sorry, there's a little opening here. This is where this is meant to go, so I'm gonna plug it in there. I'm gonna pull it through, and I'm going to drop this in here, like so. Make sure I get it kind of mounted properly, but I do not want to put too much pressure on that. So here we go. There we go. It's down in there, and it actually is going to thread. Make sure I'm doing this right. Oh, really? You guys want me to go through here too? I'm supposed to go through here this way. There's this little tiny thing here, and then I'm supposed to go back in the other direction. Interesting. Sorry guys, might be too close to the camera to get a good angle, but thread that through there like so. Now, yeah, I don't like pulling on wires. I never like pulling on wires. Okay. Alright. Might have to flip this over, but for now, let's make sure this is back in where it needs to be. There you go. On and off button clearly available to me. Okay, and then once it's in there, I get to run it out here for now. So this does come out the bottom here. Sorry, let me get a handle on it. It's quite long, as you can see, as I mentioned, because the stand can extend. I'm going to drop the cover on here. Now I'm using the LEDs. I'm using LEDs, so I need this part, this open part of the front. Otherwise, I'm not able to access the buttons. So there we go. Push that on there, nice and secure. And there's my on-off switch. It says on, but I'm going to turn it off right now and not suck my battery power if I can help it. And with this length out here, I have the stand to put in. I'll put in the stand here. Is that right? Just make sure I don't crush a wire. That's what I'm concerned about. There you go. Now this will be able to pull this back a little bit, guys. Sorry. This will be able to run up the back of here. Just kind of tuck it in there. So once you get it going, there are undergates on these part of the stands too. So please keep that in mind. If you don't, you think, oh, it's a stand, no problem, right? Well, if you've got undergates on this stand, when you're trying to feed in this wire, it will impede you, and you will not get your wire all tucked in and hidden there. So keep that in mind. Alright, first up is the torso. Now I've got the torso disassembled here. This actually comes off the back as well. And I have this LED contraption. Like, look at this thing. They make a point in the manual that this end goes up, okay? So the screws, they're down. Here we are, they're down. And I'm actually supposed to just lay it in here. That's what they say. They say lay it in here like so. I gotta pull this back so I can actually get in there. And it actually fits, well, perfectly. Like, look at it. That is in there. And very, very, very intimidating. So what I'm supposed to do, they say, is to take this piece here and bend it around, and then it's supposed to go underneath here. There's a slot, there's a gap. I'm supposed to slide it into there, which is just below the cockpit. Now that will sit in there, and now I have all these wires kind of sticking out. I'm not quite sure exactly how they're supposed to go. I mean, this one is supposed to go, they say, this way, so these ones probably going towards the shoulders. This shorter one, which listed as A4, but there's no numbering on here. Looks like it goes up here. This one will sneak around and down. This one will also sneak around and down. And okay, I can see that there are places I have to put these. Check out these grooves here. That's part of what they're showing in here. So this that I've just put in goes into this groove here. Now I guess we definitely need to make sure that these get tucked away, because we're going to be adding backpacks and hatches and various other things, putting this kit back together. So we got to make sure that this goes and stays where it's supposed to stay. So this is supposed to go. Bear with me as I make a mess of my unicorn here. You go in here. I'm always really scared that I'm going to hurt something when it comes to these wiring type things. So gotta make sure, one, that I don't pull too tight, and two, that I have room to maneuver it, right? Because this is supposed to sit right at the top here, like this. So I might need, and they give you this little hook here to kind of hook under and pull it down should you need to. They're showing that with a stand. You can kind of hook in here and just pull it through. So let's keep that there like this. Make sure that is where it's supposed to go. Okay, this is the first time I've LED'd a kit like this, so please bear with me. I just don't want to break it. Dear God, do not let me break my unicorn. So this one's gonna go in here. This has got 3 wires. Oh my God, 3 wires. Let's put it in here like this. Maybe I should go this side first. This might be the trickiest part. I thought it would be easy simply because I'm I didn't have to disassemble too crazily, but it's looking like this could be one of the more difficult areas of the LED installation. So let's get that in there and that in there like that. Okay, there you go. I got those 3 wires in like this. Now I still have this is meant to go up, so I shouldn't tuck that in, but this one is meant to tuck in and go this way. So I have this one which goes this way, and I have this one which goes the opposite way. So let's plug this in here. Use my tool if I need to. Kind of get it in there. My goodness. My goodness. Oh, and that comes out. Damn you, Bandai. Bear with me while I put this in here again. I need to make perfectly clear that I'm absolutely horrified with this thing. So I've got these things ready to go. So alright, here's what it looks like at this point. And this thing's sitting right in here like this. You can see I've got the wire that will loop this way, the wire that goes down, that will connect to the skirt, the wire that goes out to the shoulder. This one will need to be kind of maintained a little bit, but we'll see how it goes here. So the next part I'm supposed to do is feed it in through here. It looks like it's meant to go in through a gap here. Oh my god, really? Really? This one goes in under here, tucks in here, tucks in like this, in here, and now comes out the side, right? Am I looking at that properly? Well, let's tuck it in there for now and leave it like that. This one on the opposite side, I guess. So bring it down. There we go. Through here. Fortunately for me, this torso, you know, it's meant to go in destroy mode, so I can move it around should I need to. Okay, like this. Stay in there, bro. Like this, and then underneath there. I see. Little hollow. It's gonna just sit in there like that. Okay. If you say so, Bandai. If you say so. Really not a lot of room to work in here. I'm kind of supposed to put this into this spot. Like that. Okay. And this one will be going on the opposite side in this spot here. Okay. With that, like this, I now get to put on some parts here, and they're actually supposed to feed in through here. My goodness. Holy crap. So these two, the wide one and the small one, are going to feed in through the bottom here. Like this. One will connect, this one I imagine, will connect to the base, whereas this one will connect probably to the backpack maybe. And with open this up properly. And now I am meant to put this in place. So how are we doing there? How are we doing? Like this, make sure to keep it out, they say. Keep it open, keep it open. With this like this, what I can do is Everything looks like it's in the right spot, but I'm going slow. I have my back piece here, and I have the top part here. So this is supposed to go on first, so this wire goes up and top. This thing then goes down on top of this. That looks nice, right? That looks like it's supposed to work that way. Okay, cool. Now this part here, these things were meant to go underneath, so that's not a problem. So just kind of drop in there. Okay, don't pinch too hard yet. All right, you can see the wires already in there. This will come out this way, this will come out this way, and I can close this because there isn't a gap there that will allow me to kind of close this and still not interfere with the wire here, like this. Now, with this big head piece here, I have my neck, I have this part as well. I meant to slide it in through this gap here. So, line up, boys. Get in there. All right. Put it down. And then do the same thing with the gap in the neck piece here. Okay, so feed them through one at a time, it says. No, Ippon Zutsu, one at a time. Let's see, one. They call it a reed instead of a wire. Come on. 2, 3. That's in there like this. And I can put this down now. That's step 4 in this frame. Don't pull unnecessarily though. Okay. Now, it's looking like my torso most definitely, right? Like everything, all the wires are in the right spot, I'm hoping. So I can actually like start closing it up. Make sure to get that in there like this. Now I can close these sides up. Like that. Okay, all the wires are still in there. Add the cockpit here. Like that. Now, with that, just like that, it's finished. Again, the manual doesn't have you put on the back panels until near the end, so let's just keep it like that for now, and let me get ready for the next wiring. Alright, next up is the legs, and for that you need G and H for the LEDs, and you have your leg pretty much stripped down. Both legs will be stripped down to this point, just on opposite sides. Now I've done this already for the right leg. I'm going to do the left leg on camera here, and I gotta say, it's tough. Like, I feel like I'm exhausted, like I'm out of breath. Once you kind of see what Bandai is getting at, it becomes a little easier, but just trying to make it happen can involve a little bit of work, and this of course will probably be the most difficult thing I have to do when it comes to wiring, and I'm glad I got one out of the way. So let's put that aside and let's do the next one. So the first thing I have to do is I have to bend this, but I need to work in this area here, so I actually have to take that right off. Just pull that whole thing right out of the way, and I might slide the cycle frame up just to get it out of the way, although it's gonna keep coming back and getting in my way. That is what happens. This thing gets in your way. So once you free this up by taking it off the rail, you open this up, and now here's your LED. So what I'm going to need to do is take the widest part of it, and I'm going to insert it into this hollow here that's just behind the knee. And once I get that in there, hold on, it slides in there. So the fit is so nice. Look at that. Click. It's in there. Easy. No problem, right? Okay. Well, that was no problem. But now what I have to do with these wires is I have to get them first in this groove here, and then over top and inside these grooves here that it's going to be really, really difficult to show you. Give me a moment. I'm gonna give it a go here. I've already done it once, so now I'm gonna do it again. Like I said, this thing will keep sliding on, so try to push it up till it kind of clicks out of your way like you would in destroy mode, and then hopefully it'll stay there, but it won't, trust me. And I was trying to do a lot of this work by doing wires together. At this part here you have to kind of do them separately, but you will need to do them separately almost every time you try to insert them somewhere along this leg. So you lay them in there, but they're not actually in there. Like, I think you need to get them at just the right angle, pop them in. So I'll turn this one around. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here, because I don't want to have to do it twice. I'm not taking it apart. Let's go put it in there. Pop, it's in there. Nice. Now this is the hard part. There's these little grooves in here, right in here. I have to get the wire down this groove and in this groove. Oh my God. I'm scared, everybody. I'm scared. This is what took me the longest time. I want to get in here, kind of open it up a little bit, give myself some space to work. But then of course I'll be putting pressure on the plastic the wrong way, kind of thing. So I don't know exactly what the best course of action is to get this kind of in there, because it just wants to pop out. And when you try to handle another side, that first part you put in will pop out. So here we go. Trust me guys, this is a huge pain. However, it is really cool. Like Bandai wanted to give you a light up unicorn, and they also wanted it to be pretty much as articulate as it can be. And for that, you're running individual wires down tiny grooves in frame pieces that you can't access. So hold on, get in there. Okay, and maybe I can get you to stay in there if I put you in this part too. So you might want to use your tweezers, but I don't know if that will help you. Ooh. Get in there, bro. And while you're trying to position one for one area, it'll pop out in the other area. Okay, that's in there. I have a little bit of room here that I don't really like, so I'll try to get it in position here and give it a little pull. No room to work at all. That's what I find with this leg section, is I have no room to work at all. Hold on. If I can get my thumb in here, I can hold it. Okay. Now get in there, bro. Come on. This and the area around the knee takes the longest. So, okay, there's one. Now I gotta do it with this one too. I think once you get one in place, the next one should go a lot smoother. But don't quote me on that, because there's no room to work in here. There we go. Get in there. And then in this part here as well. Come on. Okay. I've got that. So this is how it worked. I hope you guys can see that. Now with with this setup, oh man, this is so crazy. I have to put this back on the guide here. So let's put this off out of the way here. It will run up in here, but we'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to bend the knee back, and I'm going to put this back on the rail. Here we go. And once it's back on the rail, this actually goes down into here, like this. Yeah, like this. Put it into here, push it down. It fits in there perfectly. Then I can bend my knee back. You can see the wires are moving a little bit in there. The articulation, of course, will stop before this pops out, but there you go. Now, there is a little groove in here, and this wire kind of needs to be flat, so I'm going to put it in the groove here, and then it needs to go along here. So this also needs to be flat. But which flat is best? This way? Maybe this way. And I do have this little device. And maybe pushing them in one at a time is my best option here. Let's see here. It's really difficult to hold on to when you start playing around like this. You're going to be covering up this with another piece of frame. And there is a little bit of play in there too. So it's not the end of the world if you can't seem to get it perfectly flat in there. But you really, really, really should try. Come on. Okay. Alright. And then again here, this has got to be flat in here. I'll just put it there for now. And up through here, same thing. Of course, it's easy to get flat now once you get it like so. And now, what I'm supposed to do after that is there is a little groove in there that I have to get as well, and that involves kind of bending it just a little bit to try and get that in there. And feed it in kind of sideways. There's one. Okay, now I'll get that next one in there. Two. Maybe try a little bit harder here. Nice. Okay, so I've got that sticking out there now. Once I get it threaded up through here, and this is kind of just hanging, well, not quite hanging. I have one more groove. Like when I was assembling that, assembling the leg, you know, you see these kind of things and you're like, you don't really realize what it is because you're putting armor on top of it. But anytime you see this kind of opening here, that's for your wire. And it looks like I get it right. Yep, this loops in. No, that's what I did wrong this time around because I need to get over here. So hold on, guys. I went the wrong way because it's the opposite of what I just did on the other leg. So I gotta go this way and come this way. So loop it this way. I don't mind making mistakes as long as I can fix them. Okay, get in there. Nice. Okay. Okay, good. Make sure these will stay a little bit longer. And luckily I have this tool. Just kind of push it in here. Yeah, like that. Okay, now this will thread up this way. And it is wide enough for both wires easily, but you might have to put them in one at a time. There's one. There's two. Like that. Now it's sitting there. You can see it's sitting there. Once I get that, I can take the leg armor piece and actually cover this baby up, so it's not gonna come off. Thank God. So cover this up here. Make sure I got it lined up all right. And I guess if I can't put this down properly, it means that I've got a wire somewhere impeding my progress. But no, see, there it is, and you can actually see it stick out the top there, and you can actually see it at the back here. But don't worry, because you're sticking a whole bunch of parts on to cover all of that up. This will all be covered up by the armor that goes on, right? Now I'm going to get the joint. Here's the joint, and what I'm going to do with this joint, I have to bend this back over like so, and I have to plug it in to the joint here. So make sure it's the right way. Yeah, plug it in, slides right in, and then I can drop it in. This will go up and down, right? So with that in place, I can start putting the armor parts on and kind of securing everything in place here. So this needs to stay up for now, right? Good. And I can slide these on. So this one comes from this side. Yep. I've already done this, right? This will go up into this groove here. Let's get that in the right spot before we close it up. Good. So let's, yeah. Let's close this up here. There you go. Now this is not going anywhere. Once you have that, you can push this down and you can start applying your armor. So here's my leg armor. Let's put this one on first, they say. It becomes quite a bit stiffer to move this this cycle frame around, like for the destroy mode transformation. Once you have that LED in there, right? Okay, there we go. And then we're just putting the leg back together. Thank goodness we're finished the rough stuff. So, sorry, I did this, but now I'm too excited. Yeah. Once you actually get, you know, the armor on up there and the wires are secured in place, you want to go, you know, crazy. Like I've already assembled this kit. This is my third time now, so there we go. And remember, these part of the legs are all in sections here. So make sure this is down. Open this up. Let's put on the side. There's one. Let's put on this next side. There's two. And let's plug in the leg. There we go. There we go. Pop that in and I can close them back up here. Back to unicorn mode. They have you assemble in unicorn mode, remember, so that's what we're going for first. Close that up. Drop my foot on. Oops. Drop my foot on. Drop backwards. And there you go. There's this wire sticking out. And I now have two legs all wired and ready to go. Okay, here's the skirt. And there's those LEDs, and they look rather long. Maybe a little bit complicated. But after the leg, I feel I can do anything. And speaking of the leg, well, I'm actually not done with it. So let's pull it back out here. Now, what I'm supposed to do with this kit is actually feed this through this set of guides here and then plug it in. So I will run the leg in there like so, right? And then I can just plug it on there. So there's one leg, and this is hitting out the back. We'll do the same with the other leg. Here we go. I'll just do it the easy way here. Drop it in there and then plug this on. Get on there, bro. Cool. Now pulling this through just to make sure they're in there. Make sure my legs are all in the right position. Back in unicorn mode, of course. So with these on here, there's my legs. I actually have a bit of work to do with the skirt from this angle, so it might be kind of difficult to show here, but I will do my best, right? What I'm doing is I'm taking this big, long, huge thing, and I am meant to plug it into here, and all these wires, like one of them, these wires is supposed to go down, and two of these wires is up. So make sure you got the right ones down and up. Let's slide this in here, right? Sliding it in, sliding it in. There's gaps here where these wires will be able to go. And the first thing I need to do, let's make sure I'm looking at it properly. Looking at the right leg, which is this one. I'm supposed to take these and plug it in. Hold on. I'm supposed to plug it in and then feed it back into the guide. So, alright, I'm down. Let's see if this works. This goes into here. Plug it in. Oh God. And then I'm supposed to kind of put it back in here like so. And it will sit in there in the middle, right? Because you're going to be moving your kit around. The legs are going to swing to and fro. So now this one, also from the top, is going to go in here. And then slide in here. There we go. A little bit more, please. There we go. Okay. But I still got all this. Holy crap. And now they're saying that I have to kind of feed it out these sides here. So this one will come down and stay out of the way. This one goes in this groove. They don't say like top or bottom, doesn't matter, but so okay. Let's get you in there. And let's get you in this groove, I suppose. Not much room to work. Gotta keep reiterating that. Like, Bandai does not give you much room to work when you're doing these. But, I mean, you are working on a perfect grade after all, right? It's supposed to take a bit of skill. Stay put. So, this guy's got the wires lined up like so. Now what I'm supposed to do is I am supposed to take my torso and I'm supposed to connect this one with the very bottom of the torso piece here. So let's let that line up. What am I supposed to hold on to while I do it? That's the tricky part, right? Get that in there. Then plug the torso on. Click. And now I have this, the back part of the skirt. That is supposed to go onto. These are staying out like this. This is supposed to go on and not interfere with any of this. Interesting. Interesting. This with this here plugged into there. How does it stay out of the way? Am I allowed to actually put it in there and cover it up? This looks like a hole. It's hollow inside here, right? So it looks like I should be able to put it on and it will contain all the wires like that. Okay, that is kind of cool. That is kind of cool. Nice, that wire goes in there and you can't really see it from the side. So with that happening, I still have all of these, but they're saying that I should put it on the stand now because I have to wire in a whole bunch of skirt stuff. So how do we show that? Interestingly enough, what I need to do with this stand is I have this part here, which will actually connect to this thing here. This also has to feed out the back here, so I wasn't prepared to put it on the stand so early. Come on, you. Feed me. That one's no problem. Where's that other one? Yeah, I should do the biggest one first, right? Go, go, go. Sorry if you guys cannot see that, but there you go. And then I can mount that on there. And then I can actually plug this one and this one together. You got it. If I wanted to, I could turn it on, but we'll leave it like that for now. And go back to that skirt part. Now for the skirt part, you actually need parts from runners. You need you have some O parts from the O runners, and you have Q runners, right? There's a part there. So I'm gonna prep these parts. Just give me a sec. Okay, everybody. I've kind of set it up. Hopefully you can all see. And there's what I need to work with. And you can see it's one strand on each side, but this has to account for the rear skirts, the side skirts, and the front skirts. So this has to connect to them all. So the first thing they have you do is you have to take your rear skirt and you have to take these kind of parts that they give you. And what you do is you taking the first wire that comes out the back there, you're taking this thing and you are, I guess, laying it in. Sorry guys, trying to get you to see what's going on here. This has to come around from the underside like so. Fits in there like that, right? And then you have to plug it onto. Click, there you go. And then plug it onto there. Now come out this way. Now let's do the side skirt. I got the side skirt. So, side skirt parts. Let's turn this around so everybody can see. Turning it this way. Get this next part here. Yeah, this goes this way. Like that. Connect to your side skirt. It's gonna plug in right here. Right in here. You guys can see that, I hope. I'm all by myself here, no cameraman, so there we go. Click. It's actually really solid too. When I saw that these had to go on here, I was concerned that maybe the fit would be kind of odd, but put that on there like that. Now it means I have one wire left here. So with my last piece, I have to connect it. This will go like this. Is that what you want from me? Like this. It comes down like this, and this goes around it like this. Okay, and then onto the back of your front skirt. So there you go, and then click that on there. Now you can see this wire sticking out there. You can pull this off, and they say you can like feed the wire in. You can either tuck it down, I think, or you can feed it up above there. Let's just tuck it underneath for now while I put that on. And then I'm going to swing it this way, and I'll work on the other side at an angle that's kind of better for me to see. Hopefully you guys don't mind, because it gets kind of difficult to see what you're supposed to do. Now that I've had some practice though, you think I would have some success. You would think. Okay. You come out this way. Get my side part on. Plug it in. Oh, I can already tell it's upside down without even looking at the manual. Yeah. Make this mistake once and I'm not likely to make it again. No guarantees though. That wire was in the way. Okay. Dropping it in here. Here we go. Line up. You should be lining up. Why you no line up? Here we go. There we go. I'll put that on for now. And I will put the last part on. Drop this on. Chunk. And there we go. And there is the skirt. So I think I'm going to be working on the arms next. And those don't require this unit because I have to kind of run the wires through afterwards. So let me get ready for that. Okay, now I got a right arm to do. And you can see I got my arm parts here, but really I only need this and this for now. So move this over here. And I got the LED part E. And I am willing to bet that this is much easier than what I just went through. So what I need to do first with this here, this is the key, and it kind of looks like a key, doesn't it? What you need to do is feed this in here. Come on, you. And then this wire will click in underneath here. Yeah, that's a very small space, isn't it? Gotta get them in there. And I don't know if it's supposed to run down through here yet, but what I really want to do is just make sure it's tucked in there properly. Like so. But this has to feed in through here like this. And it's gonna get a little pinched in here. That's why they want you in this recess. Okay, so now this will run through here, I'm guessing. Let's put it in there for now anyway. It fits perfectly, thank goodness. And once I get it out here, I then get to go through, you guessed it, all these hoops here as I lay it in here. And of course this is a small section, so all you're going to see is my hands. Sorry guys, I can't really do much about that. That fits in really nicely actually, much better than what I had to deal with when I was doing the legs. So that makes me somewhat excited. And what you're supposed to do is run it up here, but I'm worried I'm going to lose this part, so I will kind of hold it here first while I get this side armor part on, just so it's secured in there. Now I can take it up here, feed it on either side of the, starts to twist up, feed it on either side of the joint. You can see it's going to go right there like this, right? And I've got that, it's just sitting like this right now. And so now I can start putting the armor parts on, they say. So let me get the first part, which is this one, I believe. Oh, let me face this the right way so I don't make that kind of mistake. So this one. Like that. And that's nice and secure there. Grab the other part for the other side. Get in there. Right? Looks pretty good to me. Now with this ready to go, so to speak, I'm still not doing anything with this, but this is what I wanted to kind of show everybody is once you have that, you have these to put on. You have these stickers, and you are meant to place these stickers over here, this thing right here. So let me grab one of these stickers. I'll just use my tweezers here, and I will put it on. Oh, but that's not all. Once you get that on there, you're going to flip it over and you're going to do the other side. So here we go. Try to lay it on here perfectly. I like that. It looks okay. I'm not quite sure why they're doing it. Maybe they want to block out some of the LED that's coming through there. I don't know. I'm not the designer. But now I can slide this in, and it's nice to see that those foils don't really get rubbed off when I'm plugging this in, right? Put this on. There we go. Put this in. I find it's easier to pull this down and open it up a little bit when you're starting to put this in, just because it's really difficult to kind of, it has to push in all at the same time. So if you open that up, you kind of have a better shot at it. And I'll take this, put it under there, take this, there we go. And that's so much easier to just put an arm back together, right? Now, I do have a shoulder here though. I'm supposed to take this, loop it around, and actually loop it through here, like this. So it's going to sit like this, and then it's going to go under here. So I'll do that. Come on, you guys. And when you have that, pull it through a little bit more. This is going to rest in here, like, sorry, it's gonna be really hard to see, sorry guys. This is going to rest in here. So this thing I just fed should be in the middle of this whole contraption, like this. And then let me just get it in place, and then I'll show you what I did, because the angle is really difficult to see. Like this. Okay, so you feed this in through here like so, and then when you go to put these on, you have these extra wires that kind of hang out, right? Well, let's get them out here first. They go around there, and they go around there, and then I put this on here like so. And you're supposed to actually bend the arm this. Get that on properly. Come on, you. Bend the arm this way. And then you are meant to take these, put them through here, and click them into place here. So let's see if I can get them all snug here. Like so. Like that. Let's do the next one. You should be through there. Down here like this. And then in here like so. Oh, I came off the end there. 1 second, everybody. I'm trying to keep this facing the camera, which means I'm bending over at an awkward angle. And put it in here like this. And once I've got that, this tucks in here, and these wires should kind of handle themselves kind of under here. But now I got to show you guys how to attach it to the unicorn. So give me a second. Okay, so I've got the arm wired up, and you can see I've got the other one attached here. So I kind of know how it goes. It's not easy. Just keep that in mind. It's not easy. So yeah, I can just like plop this onto here, no problem. Hold on, you. There it goes. But I have this wire, like that's a fair length of wire there, isn't it? Well, okay, let's plug it in so he can light up. Let me make sure I'm looking at that right. And that's in there like so. But that's a lot of wire, isn't it? Okay, well, now all I have to do is get this into here, and you're supposed to, okay, I pull it off of where it was. I pull it this way, and I loop it back, and I plug it in. I got in there. Working from the top, I was a little too high for where I needed to be, so my apologies for that. I'm going to move this arm as far away as I can because I need to work in this space. Let me turn this for you. What I need to do now is I need to take these wires and secure them out of the way here, and they actually will loop around. They will loop around this thing inside this unicorn, so this definitely needs to get out of my way. Going from the bottom here, let's lay them in. Take from the side, lay it in like so. Come on. Okay, we're getting somewhere. It's just like that. And when you have these kind of pushed in like I just did, I should be able to take this last piece of plastic and slide it on. So hold on, let me have a go at this. If it doesn't go like there, it just means that one of these wires is not in the right spot. So now I know why this is a PG. Okay, closing that up. I will tidy this up after. But what I can do now is I can of course close this, and it is all hooked up. And now I just need to do the head. Okay, I got my unicorn parts for the head. It's the last part. I'm kind of dreading it, but let me move the parts out of the way that I don't need right now. And the first thing I need to do is I need to take this funky LED and plug it into the back here. So the manual gives me a good shot at it. Am I supposed to put it in from this side at an angle? Or is it supposed to snap in? Because just like that, it lays there. I don't want to put too much pressure on an LED, of course. Yeah, move those out of the way. And push in. There you go. It is in, and you know what color that's supposed to be, right? Now, when I was building this without the LED, I had to kind of like hold on to the head or just leave it off while I was monkeying around with everything else. But that's going to stay there now while I proceed to do the next part. Thank goodness, because the next part is kind of difficult. This part, it's not easy. Let me pull this down here. You are meant to kind of drop this onto here, and there's these two grooves here that are going to line up with these grooves here, but you have to watch out for these fins. You don't want them falling out. These are all good. These are all good. That's sitting on there very nicely now. I have my free floating head, right? Okay, so I can drop on this little section here. It just kind of clicks on. We've done this before. I'm basically assembling the head again, like you guys have seen. Come on, get on there. During the video. There we go. Click. Make sure you can slide, because I need you to slide. Come on. That's what I want. Nice sliding action. You can see the head kind of even wiggles around already. And that's in there like that. It actually kind of helps to hold it together. Yay, so now I can throw on my unicorn horn and get my unicorn face, which can come apart quite easily if you're not careful. Let's hopefully I get it in position here. Yes, that's what I wanted. That is what I wanted. Put this in. Click. Put this in. And now I've got this connection right here. I have to, actually they tell me, I see now, I have to pull off the back part in order to get it on. So I'll take these off for now. Pull off that back part. Then I can plug it in. So I'll plug it in. Don't worry. I'll plug it in. Okay, you can see I've got the head on there. And I got some stuff hanging out here. And that's for the backpack. You know, you do have to plug something in the backpack. It is actually, this is a little contraption right here now. It came on its own. There's no wires leading out of it. What you need to do is take that lone wire and plug it in there. So here we go. I'm plugging that in. Good. And then this will plug into the backpack. You just slide it in there and it should light up the whole backpack. So here we go. Let me plug it in there. It's in. Nothing is actually holding it in. It can come out anytime it needs to. So I'm going to pull this down a little bit. This the main LED part here. Actually, I'll take my backpack off. I don't mind that. This needs to get into a spot, so it's not in my way. Alright, I'll put it there for now. Sorry, bear with me here. Like that. That's what I wanted. Took me long enough. Okay, so now I will plug this in. And it covers up the connection. I can put that on there. And there we go. Now it's all that's left is to turn this guy on. Okay, here it is. We're done. When you assemble it, even with the LEDs, you assemble it in unicorn mode first. So there it is in unicorn mode. Now, of course, to see the full thing, we got to go into destroy mode. But I thought it would be fun to see how it looks in the unicorn mode. So I'm going to turn it on. And if you could hit the lights, thank you. I'm going to first hit the first button, and the face mask glows. It's kind of difficult to see maybe from that angle, but it is glowing. Maybe I can tilt the head up a little bit for you. Like so. And now, if I hit this button again, there's the Psycho frame is glowing now. You can see it through the cracks. I think that looks awesome, like he's starting his transformation. Now I'm going to scroll down a little bit and get the legs before I turn this off. The legs actually disguise the Psycho frame the best with all the armor parts in there. So now I'm going to hit this button one more time. And now it turns off, and then the eyes turn off. Now, I don't know if it actually comes back on again, because there's a third mode. I haven't actually paid too much attention to it, but you saw that the frame shut down and then the eyes shut down. So, and then the eyes will come on, and then the frame comes on, and then the frame cuts out, and then the eyes cut out, depending as you push the button. So there goes the frame, and there goes the eyes. So now give me a second here, and I'll put him into his destroy mode. Okay, here he is in destroy mode, and the cool thing about the stand for destroy mode is that when you crank it up to adjust the height, it's the perfect height for destroy mode. And as you can see, I've got them all set up here. I was worried the transformation would be difficult with the LED wiring involved because I wouldn't get to take off a section and do it like that, but it worked out pretty good. It wasn't so much of a problem. Now I'm going to hit the switch here. Okay, good. Off go the lights. Number one, phase number one. There's those eyes, and underneath the eyes, yeah, that is nice. Okay, now here we go. This is the money shot. Here I go. I'm pushing the button. Boom. That is pretty cool.
That is very cool.
That is really cool. And this is not unchained. If you do unchained mode, you're going to get even more light showing, but I left unchained off for now. I'm going to spin this guy around a little bit so you can see the back as well, because there's stuff going on there, of course. There's the back, looking mighty good.
That is very,
yeah,
very sexy.
that is sexy. And if you were to like have a look up under here, you can't get it with the camera angle we have, but you would see the lights in there as well. Like it is, shall we say, an amazing piece of machinery. And I thought, you know, the build was awesome on its own without the LED. I thought it was like a super fun kit, actually like quite amazing to be honest, because of the transformation into the three different modes. But the fact that they made it that way and involved such a complicated LED set, it really shows just like what Bandai is capable of. This might be the biggest project, so to speak, that I've ever worked on